Hi, welcome back to Waxing On. This week we're celebrating the music of the Blues Brothers. Yes, we've talked about the Blues Brothers a number of times on here, and I'm often referring to a lot of the players on other albums as being members of the Blues Brothers. But today I've got a couple of what I think are more rare offerings. If you went online, pull up Blues Brothers, you're going to find Briefcase Full of Blues, obviously the Blues Brothers movie soundtrack, and I think the third one, I forget what it was called now, the live album they did as well, the part 2 of Briefcase Full of Blues. But these albums don't show up quite as often. And some of them feature the band. Aykroyd and Belushi are not part of it. All of them do not include John Belushi. Unfortunately, these were all done after. So this is when Jim Belushi started to help out with the band. Now, first one I'm going to look at today is one with just the Blues Brothers Band, and it's called the Blues Brothers Band in Montreux. Same great band there. Album produced by Tom Malone, recorded remotely at Montreux Casino back in 1989. I think it was July 12th, 1989 by Claude Lobbs was producing it then. But just some great tunes. Some of the great songs that Dan and John had exposed us to in those first couple of albums, plus some other classics from that era and that same style of music. Let's take a look at who's in the band. I mean, it's the same old band we've all come to know. Blues Brothers Band, Steve Cropper, guitar. We've got Donald Duck Dunn on bass, of course. We've got Eddie Floyd doing vocals, and we also have Larry Thurston doing vocals. So they're going to be our two vocalists on this album. We've got Danny Gottlieb on drums, Tom Malone, trombone, Lou Marini on saxophone, Alan Rubin on trumpet. It's all these same great players. Leon Pendervis on organ, and it's Matt Guitar Murphy also on guitar. So we've got a lot of those great players that we were introduced to on Briefcase Full of Blues, from the Blues Brothers movie as well. But I mean, great horn section, great backup band, and it really is featuring the Blues Brothers Band. Now, Eddie Floyd and Thurston, other great vocalists in here. Let's take a look at some of the tunes they're doing on here. We've got Hold On, I'm Coming, the great old Isaac Hayes tune. In the Midnight Hour, She Caught the Katy, The Thrill Is Gone, that great hit by B.B. King. Can't Turn You Loose, Sweet Home Chicago, Knock on Wood, the Eddie Floyd tune, which is great, Raise Your Hand. Peter Gunn theme, and you'll notice a lot of these already are sounding familiar. Some of them from the movie, some of them from the Briefcase Full of Blues. Soul Finger, Hey Bartender, Soul Man, and two that were included on this with the CD that weren't included on tape at the time were Everybody Needs Somebody to Love and Green Onions. That great tune from Booker T and the MGs there, written by Booker T, Steve Cropper. Just some great tunes. It's the same style of music we've come to love from the Blues Brothers. I'll tell you, I remember when they first came out, and I've told you the story if you've watched the previous shows. A friend of mine thought, oh, what a gag, just a bunch of comedians doing music. These guys were serious musicians. The guys he's got in the backup band have all proven themselves. They've been superstars for years. Cropper and Dunn, Tom Malone, Alan Rubin, Lou Marini, Matt Guitar Murphy. All of these guys have been paying their dues. They are excellent musicians and they are legends in their field. And to pull them all together for one band, it's just amazing. I know it's kind of a disappointment not having Dan and John in here. You kind of miss them from it, but this band's keeping the music alive. The album's actually dedicated in memory of John Belushi. And again, Tom Malone did an excellent job putting this together. You don't often see it when you're pulling up Blues Brothers material, but it's the Blues Brothers Band live at Montreux, recorded in 1989. Well worth checking out. We'll be back on Wednesday with another live album. Actually, we've got a couple of live albums this week, which is great because usually I'll recommend to you live or greatest hits. Not doing the greatest hits this time. We're doing a little more rare finds, and these are some live albums, so we hope to see you on then. See you on Wednesday. Take care. Stay safe. Thanks for stopping by.